Elisa. I'm a certified doula, but I like to call myself a birth sister. I found that name after having a redemptive birth with my second baby, and I was supported by a doula who now feels like a sister to me. I also really feel like God has called me to support mothers and babies, and more specifically mothers, because if you take care of the mom, then you're taking care of the baby. I feel like when you're in the birth space, there's such a spiritual energy that yes, I'm going to be supporting you through advocating for you and using healing hands to alleviate pressure during contractions, and help you process your birth afterwards, and talk through fears that you may be going through during your pregnancy. But I also believe that I am protecting that sacred space during your birth as a sister in Christ. I grew up always being very creative, and I graduated from Rhode Island School of Design with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Ceramics. But if you speak to my friends, you'll find that a lot of them will say that I'm very helpful, and I think that when I lead with service and being helpful, that just the creativity flows out. I'm just feel honored to get to be in your birth space, and I'm very excited to be working with Genesis, because one of the things with becoming a doula is that I truly feel like God told me to not try to advertise myself or reach out with business cards or anything, that the right clients were going to find me. And so I joined a birth circle where I shared my birth stories. I've had 3 kids. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-month-old. And my first one was, a very unsupported, very uneducated birth for me. And that's what led me to really learn everything there is in physiological birth. And I went on with my second to have a very redemptive home birth where I caught my baby in the water and supported by my doula. But then with my third, I ended up having a very supported, gentle cesarean with that same doula. And I walked away from that experience with so much joy and so much peace. And so during my birth circle, I shared that I was looking into being a doula. I was studying towards being a doula, and that's just about the only time that I spoke about it. And one of the moms ended up reaching out to me about a year later after I had finished my my training, wanting me to be at her birth. And when I went to her birth, her midwife ended up being Heather, who is the one who owns Genesis. And so since then, Heather has taken me on to work for the Village Prenatal Clinic as well as Genesis. And so I just am really excited at all the relationships that I'm going to make in serving mothers, and what else God is in store when it comes to serving moms in pregnancy, birth, and beyond.